Hello and welcome to PWRN. I'm your host, Taurus Toussaint.
And I'm your host, Astro.
And tonight's topic of discussion, man, I want to talk about the culture of hating. You know what I'm saying? And how important that is. And the question, and before I go into my topic of discussion, this is a question I want everybody to ask themselves tonight. Do the younger generation and people my age put too much emphasis and too much energy into knowing who's hating or knowing who's being negative toward them? And even more important, is that even important or necessary to know? Yeah, and I just like for you to ask yourself that question. Like when it comes to your priority list of all the things that's important to you in your life, as far as your family, your friends, your career, like where does knowing if somebody is hating or being negative, like where does that stand?
Do you think people put too much time and effort into who hating? And do you think you can control hate? Like how much hate you get?
Hate is an emotion, just like love is an emotion. You know what I'm saying? So from that aspect, I think that you can't control it. You know what I'm saying? But you could always, you could always have advantage on a person if you understand their emotions and you know what I'm saying, like trying to get a reaction out of people. But I just think people need to realize that, hating and negativity is something that you just can't control. You know what I'm saying? Like it's impossible to control what a person thinks. And that's just true, you know what I'm saying? And if you got a friend or friends that's easily influenced by negativity, is that due to hating or making a bad choice of who your friends is? You know what I'm saying? And of course it could be a combination of both. But the true question is, which is more important, knowing who hating or knowing who your friends is. And if you surround yourself with people that hating, and then things don't plan out the way you want it to be, that's your own fault.
Right.
If you entertain hate or hatred, then you gotta question your own motives. You know what I'm saying? Like, does that affect your time? Does that affect your money? And if it don't, then you gotta ask yourself, then why am I even entertaining this?
Right.
And that's a real question. And I think today that's what it is. People entertain too much negativity. Too much, just
right.
Put too much time and too much effort and too much energy into that. And I just think the moment you flip that, and I think the moment you flip that, that's the moment when you realize that stuff is not even important, because your work always speaks for itself. Right. Like who you are speaks for itself.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like you don't have to constantly walk around every single day and tell people, hey, I'm a man. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Your actions speaks for itself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Who you are speaks for itself. It exudes. That energy exudes. And when you come around, sometimes you ain't even got to say nothing for people to know what type of person you are.
Right.
So do you think people don't focus on love part enough?
I just think when you say love, you know what I'm saying? I just think when you say love, that kind of throws off the point. You know what I'm saying? I would say fight hate with positivity.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like that sounds more like a battle word.
Right.
Positivity instead of love. You understand what I'm saying? Because when you say love, you think soft.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Opening up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You letting your guards down.
Right.
Relax.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But when you say positivity, that just sounds like, man, I'm trying to do something good.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do something great.
Right.
You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
So I that's what I think it is. When people say you got to fight hate with love, you know what I'm saying? I just think that don't relate, or that don't translate the same as you got to fight hate with positivity. And that's that. And I think in my own personal opinion, you know what I'm saying, I think that just comes off better. And I also think it makes better sense. You know what I'm saying? Because just because you don't love a person don't necessarily mean you hate them.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like if McDonald's my favorite food, that don't mean I don't like Burger King. Just McDonald's my favorite food.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And positivity, it's really a power, you know what I'm saying, that pushes through, you know what I'm saying, hate or negativity, and you have to be willing to, you know what I'm saying, be positive to even move through, you know what I'm saying, the hating, move through, you know what I'm saying, people that don't like you or not with you, and when you speak that way, when you live that way, you're not really controlled, or you're not really moved by, you know what I'm saying, hate when you using positivity. You know what I'm saying? When you straight good, man. I'm good. I'm living right. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be great. I'm trying to do the things that I want to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm staying in my own lane. You know what I'm saying? Then all that pushes through hate. All that pushes through, negativity.
And I also think that when it comes to hating, I just think it's just an easy way out. You understand what I'm saying? Like, people don't have enough confidence in their ability to be around or to choose the right people to be around. You know what I'm saying? It's safer to just assume everybody hating. You understand what I'm saying? Because people look at it like, when it comes to hate, people look at it like this. It's that if I assume everybody hating and then something happened to me, then I was on point. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? People can't live with the fact that if I put my faith in somebody, right, and they still cross me, then that's not really their fault anymore.
Right.
That's my fault, because I'm the one chose to have this person in my circle or in my space.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But the moment that you find yourself, and the moment you find yourself and realize who you are, and you trust in your ability, you know what I'm saying, you make better choices.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you can't be afraid of mistakes.
Right.
You know, I think some of the best things that happened in the world came from mistakes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm quite sure when they decided to build a vehicle, they didn't just get it right the first try.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I just think that's what it is. You got to build that confidence in yourself and in your abilities.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I think that's the reason why when people don't have it, I think that's what they resort to. They resort to this whole hate thing.
Yeah. And it's all about outside. You know what I'm saying? It's an outside thing when you're not living inside. When you're not living with yourself, not learning yourself, knowing yourself, respecting yourself, loving yourself, caring about yourself, then you looking towards everybody else to give you that validation. You're looking at everybody else, you know what I'm saying, to make you important, And that's why it's important to be tuned in with self. Because when you tuned in with self, you trust yourself.
Yeah.
And it's easier to trust somebody else, or it's easier, you know what I'm saying, to let somebody else be themselves. And that's when hating ain't that important, because you realize that they doing the best they can do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.